Oh my gosh. He got beat so badly, he started wrestling the ref. Dude, this guy is vicious. So we got UFC Fight Night, David Onama versus Steve Garcia this week. And we're going to be looking at Steve Garcia because I kind of think he's the dark horse of the 145-pound division. I feel like he's the guy that nobody wants to fight. And this is the main event of the fight night, right? And a lot of people are disrespecting this main event of the fight night. They're saying, Steve Garcia, David Onama, why do I want to watch this? It's in the Apex, it's this, it's that. I understand you guys are frustrated. I'm frustrated too because technically we never saw Cyril Gane versus Tom Aspinall as the main event. The last kind of main event we saw was Mackenzie Dern versus Virna Jandiroba, and that kind of left a bad taste in our mouth, but I would love to taste Mackenzie Dern in my mouth. So I understand why people are frustrated, and it sucks that it feels like we have gone quite a long time before we've seen a real main event, and people are upset that it's Steve Garcia versus David Onama, as these guys are kind of at the bottom of the rankings. But Steve Garcia is the real deal, and I will be convincing you guys that he is the real deal, and this guy is dangerous. So let's go over some of the stats. Let's go over some of the stats. 18-5 record. We'll do a little bit of a deeper dive. He's from America, right? He's 6 foot tall at 145. He's fighting David Onama, which is 5'11". Also, David Onama from Uganda. The only thing I know about Uganda is that they had that Knuckles meme on VR chat. If you guys know what I'm talking about, the "Do you know the way?" Sorry, I remember that meme. That was funny meme. That was a very funny meme back in the day. Maybe I'm too much of an unk for you guys to know what that is, but taking place at 145, 75-inch reach for Steve Garcia here. And David Onama actually has long arms. I feel like this is a little bit of a fib, a little bit of a lie. Now, I'm not saying that the UFC are liars and Dana White is a fraud, but I am saying that because 75 inches, this is more than 75 inches, okay? I know that for a fact. This is way more than 75 inches. I know inches. I know long inches, and this is definitely longer than 75. So I think they're capping a little bit here, and he has a 41-inch leg reach. Now, we take a look at this, and it's, nothing really stands out for Steve Garcia. Just looking at the stats, he's not overly tall, he's not overly long, he's nothing really too crazy. But when we start getting into the other stats of Steve Garcia, this is where we really get in to see some interesting things. So he's a 50%, roughly 50% significant striking accuracy, 40% takedown accuracy, nothing special there. Here is where you see the crazy things. 5.18 significant strike landed per minute. Every minute, a significant strike. That's not including just strikes. That's significant strikes. Could you imagine every minute, 5 just boom, 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 boom. That is crazy. You typically don't see this, even in guys who are fairly high output. Like, you really, really don't see this much in a lot of fighters. I think this is very reminiscent of like a Max Holloway. I wonder what Max Holloway's significant strikes per minute is. But Steve Garcia has great significant strikes per minute. And then look at the difference. More than double absorbed shots he's landing. So he's outlanding his opponents by more than double. I think that's what, 2.5 to 250%. More strikes, more significant strikes landed than he is absorbing. As you can see, takedown average per 15 minutes isn't very high, not even one takedown for every 15 minutes. And then again, submission average, this guy's not going to be going for submissions. He's not looking to take you down. He's more or less looking to ground and pound you and get the W there. Almost 60% significant strike defense, crazy. 90% takedown defense. That is insane. I think Islam has like a 90% takedown defense. Islam has 90% takedown defense, and so does Steve Garcia. And look at this average fight time, guys. Look at this average fight time. 6 minutes average fight time. Barely over a round. Barely over a round. This is absolutely insane. And then look at the strikes by target. 252. 252 significant strikes to the head. Holy shit. If you are fighting Steve Garcia, you are in for a long night. This is why I think he's so dangerous. 80% of his wins are by 80% of his wins are by KO/TKO. 20% are by decision and 0% are by submission. So this guy's not looking for a submission. He is looking to take you out by TKO. So let's get a little bit of a deeper view of this guy's record. So let's take a look. As we all know, this guy trains with Mike Winklejohn at Jackson Wink MMA, same gym that John Jones trains at, and a couple other guys. But let's just take a look at his record, man. Let's just take a look. So this guy comes into the UFC, loses his first fight, okay? Then he wins, loses, and then this is the streak. This streak right here is the one where he showed so much improvements and he showed that he's really about it. He then beats Chase Hooper. Chase Hooper's pretty good. Yes, he got knocked out by Alexander Hernandez, but Chase Hooper's really good, really dangerous. He KO'd him in the first round. And then Nurdunbaiki, I don't know how to say his name, another finish, second round. Marico Costa is really good, and he's actually been doing really well in the UFC lately. I believe he's on a couple fight win streak, and he's actually beating some decent fighters, and he beat him in the second round. That was a vicious second round finish, like actually vicious second round. We're going to be taking a look at that. Then he beat Sung Woo Choi, round 1. Kyle Nelson, round 1. Then he finally fought a ranked opponent in Calvin Kattar, and he beat him by decision, where he kind of just showed levels against Calvin Kattar. But let's just take a look at Steve Garcia's finish. Let's look at all of his finishes. Let's take a look at a couple of his finishes just to see how good he is. Now, some of these guys, you know, let's just take a look at this one. This one should be a good one. This is the Chase Hooper fight. So let's take a look. Oh! Look at that. He rocked him immediately, and Chase Hooper's on the ground. This one, Chase Hooper was at 145. He's at 155 now. He's actually a big 155er. But this is him versus Chase Hooper.
Garcia's an intense guy, and he's coming to win this fight. Obviously, didn't get the result he wanted last time out. His father in the corner lost the fight for.
Look at that head movement and just his pressure. That's one thing you notice about Steve Garcia. He has great head movement, and his pressure is always there. He's never just standing there thinking about what he's going to throw, feinting. He's always throwing. He's faking. He's faking. He's faking. He's throwing. He's throwing. He's throwing. He's always doing something. He's never there. He has a great gas tank, and you're going to see it here. Look at that. And oh!
Huge left hook. He's got to be careful here. This Chase Hooper, very, very comfortable on the ground. This is the type of fight that he wants. Likes to take people down there.
Oh, that knee was close.
Tell you what,
Garcia wants Hooper on.
Oh!
Big left again.
massive left.
Man, that's the third knockdown of the round in the first minute for Garcia.
I believe they were all left
And he
hands.
welcomes Hooper right back to his feet.
And what you
And
gotta
he starts
understand
swinging again.
is it southpaw versus southpaw, so we're seeing more
Oh my.
land. That's because of the stance difference.
Everything that Garcia is landing is with bad intentions at full power. I mean, the face is busting up of Chase Hooper.
Oh.
Firing back. There's no snap on the shots of Chase.
Oh.
Where Peterson is unloaded.
I mean, Hooper's face is purple right now.
Sorry, Garcia. Yeah.
He is hurting. He's eating some huge shots.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ben Askren's son just got literally obliterated. And this is what he does. He will like just constantly throw out. He's constantly leg kicking, teeping, throwing out his hands. He very much reminds me of like a Nate Diaz. Just a guy who's always there, a guy who's always throwing something. And maybe it's not a perfect 1-2. Maybe it's not a Muay Thai elbow. Maybe it's not a Muay Thai elbow. Maybe it's not a knee or a spinning back kick. Maybe it's not the most, fancy techniques he's throwing, but his techniques are landing, and that's what matters most. And he has a crazy gas tank, crazy cardio. Let's take a look at another one of his fights. I like the Costa fight because this is brutal. Guys, be careful. This will get bloody. So if you don't like looking at blood, if you don't like looking at this, you shouldn't be watching UFC, but gets very, very bloody, guys. Let's take a look.
Find a selection of UFC gear only at UFC.com. Nice opening leg kick.
Oh.
Steve Garcia going searching with the right as well.
Melky's corner was asking for kicks, but he's got a
Nice transition. Ooh, nasty knee.
Oh, he's hurt. He dropped him.
Down.
Garcia
Oh.
bringing the heat early on.
Oh.
He's going after
Oh
him.
my gosh.
Melky's got
Dude, the way he just literally goes, I mean, just slices into Mount right on top, posturing up, landing huge shots. This guy's not no Jailton Almeida. This guy's looking for a finish, and he's vicious. Like, when he fights, he looks like he's trying to, he looks like he's almost like a psychopath. Like, he's like he wants to do more than just to beat someone up, if you know what I mean.
big shots from Garcia, but he's under the chin on this. This is going to be tight.
Short choke attempt from Garcia.
Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Garcia gets it.
And then look at him. Look at Costa. Oh my gosh. He got beat so badly. He started wrestling the ref. Dude, this guy is vicious. But let me know, guys. What are your thoughts on Steve Garcia? Do you think he beats David Onama? I think David Onama could present some issues on the feet. I think Steve Garcia goes out there to try to get finishes, but sometimes he can't get finished himself. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are on Steve Garcia, David Onama, or just on Steve Garcia. It's been your boy, Dag May, and I'm signing out. Peace.